Hey everyone, today we're talking about trust and salvation. Woe to the rebellious children, says Yahweh, who carry out a plan, but not mine, who make an alliance, but against my will, adding sin to sin. Therefore, thus says the Holy One of Israel, because you reject this word and put your trust in oppression and deceit and rely on them, therefore this iniquity shall become for you like a break in a high wall bulging out and about to collapse, whose crash comes suddenly in an instant. Its breaking is like that of a potter's vessel that is smashed so ruthlessly that among its fragments not a shard is found for taking fire from the hearth or dipping water out of a cistern. For thus says the Lord Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest shall you be saved. In quietness and in trust shall be your strength. But you refused. Therefore, Yahweh waits to be gracious to you. Therefore, he will rise up to show mercy to you. For Yahweh is a God of justice. Blessed are all who wait for him. So, what do we actually trust in? It's easy to say something like, in God we trust. It's a catchy slogan. But what do our actions reveal? The prophet's task is to pull back the covers to see who we are really in bed with. Because it shows through history that God's people, whether it's Israel or the church, are often more unfaithful than we care to admit. In this case, Israel was trusting in other nations. They were making treaties with places like Egypt, right? Egypt, the people who enslaved us long ago, well, they'll be the ones that'll keep us safe now. And often they would start worshiping these other nations' gods, but this trust in other powers really is enough idolatry all on its own, because your God is whatever you think will save and protect you. We trust in things like oppression or deceit. We won't call it that, but that's what we do because it keeps our people in power on top. And of course, those powers will claim, oh, we're thinking of the children, or, they'll play the victim themselves. But a prophetic vision can see through those lies, even if it does threaten our sense of security. But we need that because we're not actually secure with that kind of idolatrous trust. As God describes it here, it's like we're standing beside a broken wall, and so we shouldn't be surprised when it falls on us. It's divine punishment through natural consequences. That is how God disciplines consistently. So what does it look like to actually trust God? He says, in returning and rest, you'll be saved. In quietness and in trust shall be your strength. It doesn't sound right to us. Rest doesn't sound like enough, right? No side wants to make room for rest. You got to do it. You got to make it happen. It's all on you. They're all focused on being noisy enough to get your attention, speaking in voices of fear. It's only the Lord who makes space for the rest that really makes us free. It's not that we do nothing, but it's how we approach what's wrong, the injustice of our world. Trusting that God already is at work, that God's ways do work, and that we can join in. It says the God of mercy is waiting. So, can we wait too?